Hello. So what I'm going to show you today is the most common way you'll see me suggest that you start some of these flatter based pieces. So when we're just doing a really basic fringe earring, which is one of the beginner kind of styles in the shop, so any of the flat or just even slightly curved like this, it's a 2-drop start. So this is, we're not using that one, we're using this one. So this is the most common way that I suggest you do your foundation row. So we're just gonna knot onto our piece. We've got one little tie and now 2 little ties. We're gonna add our needle. I usually pull my thread down into between my fingers, and then I push the eye of my needle down on top of it. I was going to say it works every time, but my thread just split, so that did not work. But there you go. You can see how it normally works. Okay, so we've got our knot, we've got our thread, and we're going to do a 2-drop start. So you're going to start with 4 beads. So we've got 4 beads we're starting with, and we're going to go under our finding. We're going to take the first 2 beads that we put on, and we're just going to put the tail of our piece, that very first little piece of thread that we tied on, we're going to put that up through those first 2 beads. Eventually, we're going to get them up through there. You know how when you're recording things, that's the only time like all the mishaps happen? Yeah, same. Okay. So, ta-da! We've got our 4 little beads that we're starting with. And now we're going to go up. You can see my thread is around my finding. So now I'm pushing with my finger up against the back of them. We're going to go up through the next 2. Okay. Pull your thread. Pull that guy. Okay, so you've got your 4 that you're starting with. So now we're adding 2 at a time for our foundation row. And I push against the back of my finding still, and then go up through the next 2. Getting the idea of it? So you'll see this on, like I said, a bunch of the different kits where this is the 2-drop foundation row. I find it helps keep your fringe laying straighter. It helps control the kind of direction that the fringe is going when your thread has a 2-drop base. Personal opinion. Everybody's welcome to their own opinion. I'm just trying to help out, so here's a little tip from me to you. And then we're going to do one more set on this fan shape. And these are size 11 round Toho seed beads. All right, so we've got our base, right? So this piece is curved. It bumps out this way just a little bit. So I'm going to have a look at the back of it to continue. So now when you're adding your fringe, you're going to do your first row per your pattern. The bottom one, you turn around on your bottom piece and go thread your way back up. So we're going to do that real quick on here. So on this particular pattern, so filming is kind of difficult because the camera setup is all like right in front of my face. So I can't really see some of these beads to call them in case they need a little bit of culling. So yeah, we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. So if you've got a pattern that you're following, be it a horizon one, a fan one, somebody else's, whatever you're doing, grab all your bead colors that you need. When you get to the bottom, you're going to turn around and go back up through the beads. So I'm going to show you that little part. Wow, nicely done, Jill. Picked up all the right amounts. With my luck, I'll look later and be like, great, totally grabbed extra beads. So you're going to skip your bottom bead, and then you're going to go back up through the rest. So you may notice I'm not using like the longest beading needle. I actually use like a medium length beading needle because to me beading is a nice slow process. I'm not trying to do it quickly and like get my needle through as many beads as I can at a time. I actually prefer to do this a little slower. So I've gone back up through my 2 foundation beads here. Now I'm going to go down through the next 2 foundation beads and start my next piece of fringe. And as I'm going, that first one, I give it a little pull to make sure it's a little bit loose. I use a piece of suede. It's like a recycled jacket or skirt or whatever. I use a piece of suede because it grips the beads a little bit so that when I'm pulling down on them, because I roll and pull down, it helps give them kind of the right amount of tension that I need there. So you're going to keep going, add all these, and then I'll meet you at the end there. Boop-a-doo, and that, and we get that one, and that one, over here, and then that one, and then we get this, and then we do that, all this, and all that, boop-a-doo, and then now. Okay, so when you get to that last row, you have your tail sitting there. So what I usually do is I feed it up through some of those beads, either some like that, or depending on how long the tail is, I'll feed it up through until I can't see it. And I've got to skip my last bead, and I'm going up through some beads. Now, it can be a little tricky when you're trying to pass your tail. You might get a little caught up in here. Just go slow. You'll see where the tail is. So I can see my 2 threads are there. So I just need to be a little careful not to pierce the thread. I'll be able to tell. So you can see the tail popped out, but that's okay. I can trim that off. So you can see the little tail sticking out there. And that's okay, I'll trim that off. So I'm up through my foundation row. I'm going to go down through just the top 2 beads on the neighboring fringe piece. Now, to finish my piece and do a little knot, I'm going around the bridge. Can we see that? I'm going around the little bridge bottom piece there, through my loop. So I'm tying a little half hitch around the bridge between number 2 and number 3 fringe. And I've pulled it over in line with my second fringe piece. And now I'm going back down through the beads. It's a little hard to see because it's black thread and because I'm all thumbs at the moment. And we're going to hide this tail down through that one. So we've got our threads hidden. I'm going to cut off that tail. That did not work very well. Again, because I'm recording. Cut that tail off. Cut that tail off. Hide them in the beads and you're all done. That one did not hide very well. So when it doesn't hide very well, give your tail a little stretch and poke him in there. Just like that. And he's inside. And that is a nice simple fringe earring 2-drop start. Ta-da! Find this kit in the shop with all sorts of other stuff. See you later.